Live from the Export Beer Gardens studio and brought to you by Export Ultra, the beer for here. This is the Agenda podcast for Monday, the 15th of July.
The Agenda Podcast, the home of sporting nonsense and claptrap. Brought to you by Export Ultra.
Good morning, Lane, live from school holiday hell. How are you getting on?
Yeah, not too bad, Manaia. Look, it's both a little bit of school holidays hell and also I'm in witness protection.
Yeah, aren't you?
After the weekend's commentary, but we'll get to that a bit later.
Yeah, we will. We got to start with the freshest sporting news of the day. It is not, in fact, coming home. Unfortunately, Spain have denied England a first major title since 1966 with a clinical 2-1 win in the Euro 2024 final in Berlin. We went down to Norma Taps to watch that one. I didn't realise, I know we've been saying it this whole tournament that everyone here's on England. I didn't realise just how much, because when England scored, Norma Taps erupted. When Spain scored, I couldn't even tell. I didn't even know they had scored. I thought they'd missed because no one made any noise. And it was quite anticlimactic.
That's what happens. Everyone just gets in. All of a sudden, everyone finds their English roots. I mean, look at Matt Heath, for example. All of a sudden, he's talking like a East End Londoner.
Yeah.
But not now. Obviously, he's got a lisp, and he's all Spanish. He's fully lisping up. But I'm pretty gutted actually, Manaia, because our hunch was 2-0.
Yeah.
To Spain, and I was in the office, and I'm going to blame Joe Jury here when I said I'm going to split the bonus bet 50 on 2-1. 50 on 2-0, and he said, "Don't be a pussy, put it 2-0."
Well, I think it was more. It's just hard for people to follow along when you're splitting one bet into two.
Yeah, I know, but Spain, as predicted, they took it out. English hearts broken again. The social media has been lit up with grown men crying. It's great stuff.
But the funniest part is how entitled they've become as the tournament's gone on. They keep
that's what they do.
I know.
That's what the English do.
Because as a casual follower of, in fact, not even a casual follower of the round ball, I was always like, oh, England must be really good at it because they're constantly talking about it. It's like, oh, they actually haven't won shit for a long, long time. Spain, that's their fourth Euro championship and third since 2008. Why were England so sure they were going to win this?
No, they always give such high hopes. I was in England every single year. I was in England for 2 European championships and a World Cup, I think, and heartbreak every time. I mean, one of them, they didn't even qualify for the Euro finals when I was there. They got knocked out in Italy and they absolutely rioted Rome down. And I was in a campground in Rome.
Yeah.
And all the English supporters came back to the campground, a whole lot of them just covered in blood. They've been throwing rocks at the police all night. Great stuff like that. So, hey, great. Also, I'm a great 24 hours for Spanish sports as well, because Alcaraz, he took out Wimbledon.
See?
And then the Sail GP, which is on right now, it's a race to the playoff. There's the $2 million playoff that's happening. New Zealand have qualified, Australia have qualified, and there's two more races left this morning, and it's between France and Spain. And France just shat the bed in race one and snapped their rudder. So it looks like Spain will have a chance of going into the big money race this afternoon in San Francisco and complete what would be a magnificent weekend of sport.
Yeah, what a great weekend to be in Espanyol. And I see Lee Hart, fresh from Croatia on the weekend. He's now in Barcelona somehow.
What is going on? What kind of tour is he on?
I don't know, because last week he was in Mexico and he was supposed to be on doing the Snackachangi halftime show with me. And so we had to do it from me in the studio, him in Mexico. Then this weekend he was in Croatia. And now I see on his Instagram story this morning, he's fucking in Spain. What is going on? Is he on some sort of chip junket? What's happening?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's opening up sales channels, Snackachangi sales channels. I mean, look, if you can crack Europe and even England, they love their crisps over there. Obviously,
terrible.
Walkers. Yeah, the terrible chips. They're horrible chips. They're just slightly salted. Everything's lightly salted.
Yeah, they're terrible, terrible chips over there in the UK, I find. Despite the fact that, as you say, they love their chips.
Yeah.
Their crisps, rather.
They have Walkers and Lays. Is that the two types they have over there? And they're just kind of wafer thin bits of bullshit.
They're shit.
Wait till they get a Snackachangi down in their face. I mean, look, if you can crack that, then I could imagine we'll all be on Lee Hart's super yacht next summer.
Going around Croatia.
Imagine that. Jesus Christ.
I would absolutely love that. We could do that.
I'm hiring a skipper. I'm not letting him skipper the boat.
Matt Ward, He's got his skipper's license.
Oh, there you go. Still, I'd hire a skipper.
Bring him over with. Oh, but coincidentally, this weekend we're playing Fiji, the All Blacks. We'll get to that very shortly, but myself and Matt Ward on the call for that one. Before we get to an ad break, though, I wanted to address this as the biggest news across the weekend. It's not sporting related, but we had to address it. Trump survived an assassination attempt by mere millimeters on the weekend. History has been altered by just a matter of inches.
It's a sliding doors moment, isn't it? Because was he saying that he turned his head to read some chart that was on his auto cue, and that's what saved him? Because if he hadn't moved his head to the left, he would have got his brains blown out.
Yeah, it was like it's like if it was in a movie and you were watching a film about it, and you were like, oh, there was an assassination attempt, but it just clipped his ear. You'd be like, oh, bullshit. But no, it happened in real life.
And how balling is it that they took him to the ground and he got up and just raised his fist with blood coming down his face?
I know.
He can't script that photo anymore. Like, imagine the Americans, they're going to, like, the rednecks are going to love him even more.
Whatever you think of him, that photo is absolutely iconic. And look, personally, I can't go the bloke, but we as an ACC and you as Warriors fans should be pro-Trump because we're anti-Biden because he opened the door for this 18th NRL team to be in Papua New Guinea and not in Christchurch. So that was when we jumped ship and got on Trump. And all of a sudden, that photo of him with his hand up, blood all over his face. It's one of the wildest things ever. Have you seen that interview of the guy who's saying that he saw the guy climbing up on the roof with the gun and was yelling out at the Secret Service? And
they're like, he's up there. And then eventually they turn around and go, oh, there he is, and blew his head off.
Yeah. It was my only thing for that guy. I believe him initially. Like, I don't think he was lying. He was wearing a stupid visor with the fake hair thing on in the interview. It's like, you couldn't have taken the hat off. This is going to be one of the most important pieces of evidence when this thing goes to, I mean, I don't know if it go to trial. They blew that guy's head off, so they'll probably never, they won't see the courtroom. But I was like, if you're going to give your account on TV, take the fucking hat off.
But also, that may have contributed to the fact the Secret Service ignored him.
Yeah, definitely.
There's a guy in a comedy hat and comedy wig up there saying someone's got a gun. I mean, come on.
I wouldn't have believed it.
No, I would have gone, shut up.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut up. Take the hat off and then let us know what's going on.
I bet there is. It's just out of control. I can't believe. Look, selfishly, it would have been way funnier, or not funnier, but more exciting. Yeah, fuck it, funnier if it had a hit. What are the chances?
Totally. That 20-year-old, not a bad shot though. He's up to 120 meters away.
Yeah,
that's a ball and shot from that far away, and to miss by that little amount. I mean, obviously, some innocent people got waxed as well because obviously a few of his stray shots went into the crowd.
Yeah.
But yeah, crazy times. Crazy.
It is wild times. I don't know. Like, if you were Trump, would you show? Like, when's your next?
Oh mate, he'll be straight back on the horse. You watch. This is played right into his hands. Yeah. He's gonna love. This next few months is going to be a hell of a ride. Sleepy Joe's going to be hopelessly confused. He'll probably convince himself that he got shot at some stage. No, it's going to be a wild few months before this election. That's for sure.
I did see he a fake tweet from Joe Biden saying that he hopes for a speedy recovery for President Reagan.
It would have been worse if he'd said President Kennedy.
Yeah, the long list of presidents who have almost been assassinated or have been assassinated. I honestly thought we were going to see one get added to that when that was going down.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's take a quick break. We'll come back and we'll break down the All Blacks game. Well, on Saturday afternoon, Lane, me, you, and a few of the other ACC faithful went down to the Postman's Leg over on the North Shore.
Yeah.
Reuters band fired up. There was some delightful, I've described them as generous drink specials going on.
Yes.
Out there. Only a grand total of 2 people yelled "fuck South Canterbury" at me.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, that's quite a high percentage because not many people turned up.
No.
So for 2 people to say that is quite a lot. But, you got up on stage and sang Angels, which was nice.
Yeah. I commented on the video of that. A lot more kids in the crowd than I remember.
Yes. Yeah. You're a big hit with the under 5s.
Yeah. I was, there was a kid with the tambourine there who was really helping me out. And then at a certain point, I think his mum showed up with a basket of chips and he put the tambourine down. I was like, hey. Pick that bloody tambourine back up again.
No, so postman's leg. I must admit, a little bit of a disappointing turnout from the shore. Not as hectic as Dunedin.
It was never going to be.
So I think North Shore need to step up a little bit there on the pre-game front.
Yep.
So yeah, we probably won't be going back there in a hurry. Let's be honest. But the bus ride in, you went to the game.
Yep.
You managed to avoid giving live updates. That was handed on to Finn Caddy.
Yes.
The MASH.
Well, I only got my tickets very late doors, so it was probably for the best as well. I saw he managed to sneak onto the field at one point. I don't know how he did that.
How did he do that?
I don't know. But I was sitting up in the nosebleeds watching the game. Actually managed to hit a wee 3-leg multi there on Manny Waboso to score, which was also my leg in our three-way.
Yes.
And he did score. I missed the try itself. So me and the missus were following along this 3-leg multi, which was us to win, under 51.5 points, Manny to score. We scored, and so I was like, this is my chance to go to the loo.
Yeah.
Before I even came back, they'd scored, and I come back, and my missus is pointing at the field. She's like, he scored.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
It happens so quickly.
Yeah, and they every time we scored, they responded quickly. And that try before half-time was a gutting one as well. But, hey, let's celebrate the victories because our sportsbook three-way, for the first time in 4 months, has come off.
Yeah.
I had Mark Talia to score. You had the Spice Channel to score. And Carl's Horse came in as well.
Yeah, Maltime.
So, yeah, Malt Time came in, so we won a cool. What was it? $1,300.
$1,300 off that one. Yep. And on top of that, for the sportsbook listeners, every one of those horses came in the top 4. One of them did come fourth, but if you like we did, multied all of those up with a top 4 finish, I was only paying like $3 or $4.
Oh,
but
I stuck my whole kitty on it. I stuck $75 on it, so I came away with 190.
Yeah. So it did come in. It was good, and it couldn't have happened at a better time because that guy sent in a voicemail last week saying that he listens to the Thursday and Friday episodes on a Monday, and it makes him realize how shit punters we are. Well, I hope you're enjoying your Monday today, mate. Let's hear from you now because we filled the kitty.
Yeah, it was an interesting game, wasn't it? Because I felt like the All Blacks, if they just got 2 or 3 wide, I think Razor mentioned this in the post-match. He just says we had them out wide once we could get the ball out wide, but they just struggled to get that 1 or 2 kind of phases together and create that space out wide. And a good example was the break from Bodie Barrett that put Mark Talia in the corner. It just showed that it opened them up because their rush defence was just absolutely shutting down anything going past Damien McKenzie. But player of the match for me was Cortez Ratima. His 20-30 minutes on field was excellent. I mean, afterwards he said he was absolutely kicking himself, but he didn't show that. He played really well, and I hope he starts this weekend. Yeah,
my missus and Lauren from out in the office were sitting next to me, and as soon as he came on, they're both going, "Who's he? Who's this guy? We've never seen this guy before. Who is he?" So Cortez Ratima, I hadn't identified him as a hot guy of note, but apparently
how can you spot a hot guy from note? How many, like, just meters wise, how far away are you from Cortez Ratima?
They showed him on the screen.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
That was how they saw it. But yeah, I agree with you. Cortez had a great debut. I thought that Beauden Barrett grabbed that game by the scruff of the neck and said, "I am still the best rugby player in this country." And my question for you is, and I said this last week, I felt like he was going to start. I feel like it's a foregone conclusion now. He has to start in the next All Blacks game. But who does he start for? Does he start at 10 or does he start at 15, do you think?
I think at 15. I think you need to keep on with McKenzie. I think the Cheese, Petafeta, he's a good player and he'll do well, but I think Beauden will slip in at 15. Keep McKenzie at 10. I think that's the way that goes.
It was just too dominant a performance, and you were like, so he only came on, I think, he came on with 30 minutes left to go. Came on at about the 50-minute mark. It's like, shit, we could have done with him for those first 50 minutes. You know?
The try-saving tackle at the end as well. He had like about 240 kgs of forward on his chest, which would have crushed a mere mortal. And he's had a great interview afterwards. He said, like, I don't know much about the obstruction rule, but I knew I'd held him up over the line. So
yeah.
Tense finish there too. There was about 5 or 6 minutes of deliberations about whether they'd scored it. I don't think they'd scored it as whether they'd caused an obstruction, which they had, and got penalised, and the game was over.
Yeah, that's right. It was quite tense and quite a weird sort of situation. I was it was real squeaky bum time because it was like you felt like they were going to hit the penalty, and then there's no extra time, is there, in a test match like that? It's just game.
No, it's just game. There's no golden point or anything like that. Hey, myself and James McConey commentated that.
Yes.
And I believe there was an elder gentleman who called News Talk ZB the next day to talk to Piney, who said he couldn't quite work out his Sky box and it was stuck on Sky Sport 9.
Yep. We've got the audio here.
Heard that audio?
I do have the audio here.
Okay.
So
Can we listen to it?
Yep. Here we go.
Gabriel, thanks for holding, mate.
G'day, Piney. We watched the game on Sky 9 Sports, and we've only just gotten a new box for this, so we weren't sure exactly how to work it, but I got it going for this Sky 9 Sports. Thought it was a great game. We won. We're moving in the right direction, but I wonder if anybody else noticed or heard the commentary that was on 9 Sports. It was some crowd called Commentary Collective, Alternative Commentary Collective. Now, these guys were total idiots. They had this humour thing going that was about third form from what I remember. They were calling, for example, Leah, Princess Leah. They were calling the one of the forwards from England baby face and big baby, and it was like listening to kids, and it was really off-putting, in watching the game. So I just wanted to put that through and see if anybody else had heard about it. Do you know this alternative collective commentary group?
Yes, I do, Gabriel. Yes, I do. In fact, they're in the same building as us. Yes, they're in the same building as us. They're an acquired taste. They're not for everybody, as you've pointed out. If you would prefer a different kind of commentary, Channel 51, I think, is probably where you need to go. But yeah, the Alternative Commentary Collective, they have a very big audience. A very big audience. And yeah, we're proud to have them as our stablemates. I hope you enjoyed the game, Gabriel, regardless of your taste in the commentators. Good to chat to you, mate.
Good on you. Good on you, Piney. But saying that, you actually have to, when you've got a Sky box, you actually have to do a lot to get to us. You've got to go to Sky Sport 9 and you've got to put your adult code in. So Gabriel, I don't know what he did to put his adult code in and whether he even knew it, but surely that would have raised red flags that it wasn't the normal commentary. So good on you, Gabriel. At least he listened and got all the nicknames.
Yeah, he was obviously an active participant because he remembered, or slightly misremembered most of the nicknames. But you're right, it's my favourite piece of feedback that we get as the Alternative Commentary Collective is just shut up and commentate the game normally. Like,
No,
hey, that exists.
That's on the other one.
Yeah, they have that. That is,
That's what
you can go and listen to that.
The clue is in the name. The clue's in the name.
So he obviously had no idea, and I think what I'm picking up here from Gabriel is that it was a real battle for him to even get onto Sky Sport 9, and I think once he saw the All Blacks, he was just like, I'm not fucking pushing any more buttons here. I'm just leaving it on this channel. This is where we're at. We got the All Blacks.
He just got it working. He just got it working for that game.
Yeah.
He'd been working on that for weeks.
Yeah, he finally got it going, and he's like, I'm not bloody changing it. Then his wife's like, well, this is bloody terrible. We can't be listening to this. And then I just love the way that he was so, because can you imagine how angry he was listening to the game, like throughout the game, how pissed off he must have been. That the next day, this came in at about lunchtime on Sunday. So the next morning he got up and he would have just been, I just can't bloody believe what I heard last night on the Sky Sport 9. Have you heard? Have you ever heard anything like it? If I hear that bloody Jason Pine on the radio, I'll be ringing him and telling him all about it. This is not good enough.
It's great stuff. We're going to put that in our promo.
Yeah,
that's going in the next promo.
100%,
and a billboard probably.
So the next game, the All Blacks are playing Fiji this weekend. It's going to be Saturday. It's over in San Diego. I presume it's a Friday night game because it's 2:00 kickoff here in New Zealand, which is actually quite a friendly time. And just quickly as well, Hulk Smash, our man Hulk Smash, from the Tyree Seniors, got a message on Sunday. Tyree Senior Open Grade Old Boys got up on Saturday. They won 33-30. The game went to extra time at 23 all.
What?
Yeah. And eventually the Eels got up, Tyree that is, 33-30. I also got a photo of our man Hulk Smash in action.
Yep.
He's got a powerful looking unit. But yeah, 33-30 after going to overtime at 23-all.
Oh, congratulations. Congratulations. So Hulk Smash. So was that the final?
Yeah, that was the final, yeah.
Oh,
thriller. Semi-final. I feel like it might have been the semi-final.
Yeah, I think because other club rugby at semi-finals, because I know the Shore beat Mahurangi in their semi-final. They're in the final next week.
There was when we were at the Postman's League, there was a game being live streamed on Facebook, and that was being played over the screens. Was that the North Shore?
No, that was like down in Palmerston North or something. Some guy just asked to put a YouTube stream up so he could crush beers and watch his local club rugby final from way down the line somewhere.
God bless him.
Manaia 2.
All right, let's take one last break, and when we come back, we'll get to your feedback on yours, please.
Yours, please. Brought to you by Leader, home of the lasagna topper.
Microphone button in the bottom right-hand corner of your iHeartRadio app is how you can get in touch with us and take your part in the show, just like this person has here. Caller, yours, please.
Yeah, g'day, boys. It's Murray Deaker here. When the fuck did I give you cunts permission to use my catchphrase? I'll tell you when. Never. G Lane, you're that larrikin that started the Beige Brigade, aren't you? I bet you were one of the cunts that used to ring up ZB and prank call me and swear live on air. Bloody disgraceful. Anyway, yours, please.
Well, thanks, Murray. Was that you? Did you prank Murray Deakin?
We never really pranked him. What we did do is whenever he interviewed Dan Vittori, we would always ring up and ask a heavily inappropriate question with a lot of sexual undertones that only Dan would understand. And then Murray and Dan would start laughing, and then Murray would go, "Was that one of your friends again? Is it Dan?" So we never went on there and swore. I mean, we're not that immature.
I feel like I've heard recently. Have we played out on this podcast before some of the callers that he used to get through?
Yes, because he refuses to use, because just lifting the curtain a little bit on Talkback, a lot of Talkback call hosts, they have a dump button.
Yeah.
So in reality, your call is 2 or 3 seconds delayed. So if you drop a C-bomb or you say something inappropriate, they've got 2 or 3 seconds to press that button and you disappear. Murray Deaker refused to use that because it wasn't true Talkback, and fair enough. But what it did do was open him up to punters leading him down a garden path and then dropping massive F-bombs or C-bombs on him.
Yeah.
And it happened a lot.
I think there's like a highlight reel on YouTube or something. We'll dig it up and play it out tomorrow.
Yeah.
I reckon, but there's some absolute crackers on there. Anytime you've got Talkback, you're really opening yourself up for that kind of thing. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, we used to, when we used to live on the shore as a student, every time we crossed the bridge, either way, the rule was someone in the car had to ring ZB and do Talkback. So no matter what state you were in, 3, 4 in the morning, coming back over the bridge from town, you'd have to give Talkback a call and see what they're up to.
Yeah, just weigh in. They'll always take you as well, particularly.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Having worked at a Talkback radio station, we actually had a 7-second delay, and I never once used it. I'd tell them that I had, but I selfishly just wanted the F-bomb to get through. Whenever it did, it would just crack me up with it. And then if anyone asked, like, yeah, got the button.
Yeah, I got it, mate. All good.
Never did. Thank you very much for getting in touch, Murray. I see that no one's still yet completed the Murray Deaker challenge, which is to get a plunger onto Murray Deaker's head, or any bald man's head, to be fair.
Yeah.
But he is still bald, so your chance is still there. We had another caller here. Yours, please.
Do you reckon the mainstream media has taken your idea for the shot clock, or what's happening there? Fuck Southland.
Okay, we had our own shot clock on Saturday night, which involved any stoppage in play. We would just kick off our own a shot clock and then have a shot if it ran down. It did create a bit of confusion when they put the real shot clock up and then our shot clock was running slightly either behind or in front of, which caused a lot of confusion for the viewers on Sky Sport 9. So I think we might need to tidy that up a little bit. But that's a work on. That's a work on for the next game.
Yeah, that would have absolutely had Gabriel's brain twisted into a pretzel.
Oh, yeah, would have actually. I didn't think about that because we had a huge shot clock in the corner and we had the countdown music.
The 8 out of 10 cats.
Yeah, dick, digga, 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 dick, digga, 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 dick, digga, digga, dick. Yeah, so we had all the sound effects and everything, and then we'd just take a shot at tequila. He would have been incensed with that.
Yeah, he would not have been able to follow it all. Thank you very much for your call. Another caller here. Yours, please.
Sorry, I said fuck Southland. I meant fuck South Canterbury.
No. Oh, good.
Thank you very much for clarifying that one. He must have. He's obviously at a pub somewhere.
I don't think he's at a pub. I think he's just absolutely peeled after the game.
You reckon he was at the game?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that he was just like, oh, hang on. Let me just
I've got to go back.
Let me just clean that up for a second. A lot of people do think that South Canterbury is part of Southland. I think to Aucklanders, anything south of Christchurch is Southland.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Whenever I meet Aucklanders and I tell them, well, where I'm originally from, they always say, oh, it's Southland. Oh, you're a Southlander? Like, no. Dunedin's not even Southland. People still think that is.
Well, you're right. It's south of where we are.
South of the Bombays, it's fucking Southland. That's all that matters. We got a couple more. Another caller here. Yours, please.
G'day, fellas. It's Max from the Tron here. Just weighing in on your guys betting with your kids. My wife and I do that, but our kid's a bit young, so we just do under-overs on whether or not he's got a nappy full of shit. That's a fun one. Yeah, when you win. Yeah, not so good when you lose.
Have you ever done that?
I like that. The gamification of nappies is the only way to get through it. It's the only way. So I can highly commend that father in bringing gamification and betting into nappy changing.
Yeah, there has to be a win there for you somehow.
Yeah.
Even if you have to manufacture it. Speaking of nappies, the Hello Sports Boys, they do a podcast over there in Australia. They are New South Welshmen, and they found out that Mitch Barnett missed the birth of his second son for New South Wales camp. It was like early week camp as well. It wasn't like day off. He missed the birth of his kid to hold pads at training camp. They found out about that, and they've now pledged to send him a nappy for every run meter times every tackle that he makes on Wednesday night.
That's epic.
So they're going to multiply that. I reckon we'll have to get them on Wednesday for a bit of a State of Origin preview. Yeah,
tell them we'll deliver them.
Yeah,
we'll deliver them. We'll hand deliver them for them.
Because they called up this bloke Jackson who works out there at the Warriors and said, "Can we send this to you?" And he was like, "Why don't you just send me the money and I'll buy it over here?" And they're like, "Nah, not the point." So
not how it works, mate.
We have a ute. We have the capability. We can hand deliver this stuff to the Warriors. So I reckon we'll reach out to them. Or if you're listening to this, reach out to us. And otherwise, we will be back tomorrow with another episode of the Agenda podcast live from the Export Beer Garden studio and from the road, I believe. Lane, whereabouts in the country are you, by the way?
I'm in Rotorua.
Ah, beautiful.
Yeah, yep. Like I say, in hiding.
In witness protection. All right, we will see you guys tomorrow for another episode of the Agenda podcast.
You've been listening to the ACC's Agenda podcast, brought to you by Export Ultra. For more episodes, like and follow on iHeartRadio or wherever you get your podcasts.